Hello and welcome to today's show. My name is Ariella Indigo and I'm your host for Season 2 of the Multidimensional Human Experience Global Summit. So in this season, we're talking about all things ascension related and what techniques are available to us so that we can advance in our spiritual evolution. And in today's show, I'm excited to be speaking to my guest, Susann Shier, who's been sharing her light on her beautiful service mission for a long time now, over 25 years, I believe. So a huge amount of service, helping tens of thousands of people all around the world to connect with their soul gifts and their divine purpose for being here. Susann's the founder of Soul Mastery and is an internationally acclaimed author, spiritual counselor, Akashic record reader, intuitive healer and psychic medium. Susann, thank you so much for being here and a very warm welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Ariella. It's great to be with you.
So excited to have this conversation with you today. I was just saying to Susann before the show, I've been following her and checking out her work. This lady is seriously psychic. She's got a lot of gifts, so I'm really looking forward to this interview.
Thank you.
So can we start off? I'd love to hear a bit more about your journey and to share that with the viewers and how ascension has been for you, what your experience has been with that.
Okay, I'd love to. So I was not born psychic. I was very numb as a child in a family that was distant, which they say in psychological terms can feel as abusive as if they're physically abusive because they're just distant. And there's a feeling that you don't get to have love up close. Nobody hugged, nobody said, I love you, all of that. So it was just a distant piece. So everything in me was just on numb and hold for many years. And I believe the soul starts coming forward at puberty and that's what they talk about, hormones and all of that coming forward. But I believe it really does relate to the soul activating the chakras in bigger ways. We've already done the mental development, the emotional development, and this comes forward. And so all that we are starts emerging. And so that's going to throw off the hormone balance and everything inside as well, for sure, because it lights up everything. And at that moment, it's sort of like, okay, where are you going to go? Just like, we talk about different stages of our lives, Saturn return and the astrological view of things. This is a pivotal point. So my soul took hold of that. And remember, I was sort of numb and dumb. And I decided in high school to become a cheerleader for the football team. Well, I'm a divine cheerleader, which is my job, my sole purpose. So I got to do cheerleading and get that energy moving for myself in a wonderful way. And it just started everything rolling. It's like, oh, this is who I am. I'm a bright light and I can do this. And it's really fun. And I'm a team player. And I love that part too. And it's just listening to those parts of yourself, even regardless of your family dynamic. One of the reasons I got into soul work, and then I went to college and went into a spiritual community. I was drawn to a spiritual community because I had something that felt important to me of a spiritual journey. And back then, this was 45 years ago or something like that. Go on. They were very popular then. It was a good one, actually. It had its culture side to it, like all of them, but it gave me a chance to start to develop my real shine because I was accepted for all that I am and not seen for my childhood or any of that. We didn't even talk about that kind of thing. It was just, you are divine and your human side doesn't matter, which was like, yeah, I'll go for that one. So we did energy work that was like Reiki. And I just started realizing, oh, I love sharing energy with people. And I realized I was a little bit intuitive, although we didn't really call it that. It was just like, oh, I get a sense of what's going on with you kind of thing. And then I started developing it by reading the Akashic Records, learning how to do that. And then after the community, I moved to Colorado, and I decided very innocently, which I commend all of you who are willing to be your innocent self. That's the key. Just stay with that innocence. Stay with that sense of, well, why not? And that's what I did, is I said, I'm going to start this practice of helping people to get more in touch with themselves, their soul, and their gifts, and all that they are, and work with their emotional patterns. And it just started taking off, and that was 25 years ago. So it doesn't have a lot of, drama to it. I had plenty of drama in the community as it related to marriage, and, my husband leaving me for another woman, and the drama of the community when it was falling apart and all of that. But the key was I just kept my path of light moving and didn't get caught up in that, and realized that my soul gifts wanted to come forward. And that's what I needed to do. And that was the path to take, rather than bemoaning the mess that had happened, which was in one of my books. I wrote 3 books. One of my books, I write about my soul journey. And I took responsibility for it. If I was in that mess, who created it? Not them, but me. I got myself in there. The Me Too movement is, hey, I blew it just as much as they did. We're getting to that point. I blew it, but I didn't speak up. I didn't do this. It's time's up. It's time for me to speak up and say what matters to me. And that's what I realized I had to do, was go, can't blame anybody else. So ascension for me meant opening up to all that I am, not going anywhere, but just ascending into the largeness of my soul gifts, which is an expanded capacity, embodied, in fact. Yeah.
Thank you so much. No victims here, which is awesome.
That's right. Check that off. Gone.
And it's quite young that you connected with spirituality then.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
I think my last life, I decided, okay, this time we're going to get love into the blueprint. We're going to do this and bring it to as many people as possible. So, yeah.
And you
without it being a mission. Well, I'm very clear, and I have been for years, that it's not about service. It's about inspiring and uplifting. Because if it had been about service, I would have burnt out years ago. Serving other people burns you out, because you're always concerned with them. Are they happy? Are they doing it? We were talking about it on my retreat in Costa Rica recently. If you're, it's like, am I here to make all of you happy? No, I'm not. I'm here to witness you transforming through joy and inspiring you to be there. That's much better. Much easier.
Feel a lot better. Thank you.
A lot better. We're done with the service thing, because really that's just martyr when it gets down to it. Martyr gets tied up with perpetrator and victim. So it's like, yeah, well, I'm here to serve. And so if it hurts, at least I'm in service. It's like, that's not in service. I really don't believe that the universe, God, source, set us up with a handicap of having to struggle, but at least somebody else gets to win, so to speak. That just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
In our gut and our heart.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to get your take, Susan, on what ascension is, because everybody has got a different answer.
Yes, they do.
Had a lot of different ones, which is great, because then our viewers can extract which one resonates with them. But yeah, I'd love to get your take on them.
Okay, great. I'll drink to that. Okay, so I believe everyone wants to ascend because they feel that there's a larger dimension of themselves that they aren't in touch with. It's like E.T. phone home. Can I please ascend and go feel home again? Can I feel part of the universe? It doesn't feel right to be here without that connection. I can't live without that connection. So when people talk about ascending, then it's like, yes, I want to be part of something so much larger. Let me go to those larger places. Those larger places are where our soul gifts are, We've left them behind a little bit. And what I love to help people with is getting in touch with your gifts and also the soul challenges that have kept you from being able to either intuitively expand or energetically expand, or in your heart be able to expand and feel like you belong and are home in the universe of love and creation and abundance. So this idea of ascending, yes, for some it's get me out of here, please can I ascend and go home and not have to live in this crappy place anymore. But for many it's just a sense of I want to be part of something larger. So what I love to help people with, and the special package we'll talk about that as well, is being able to feel all of that while you're in a human capacity, which is the true divine blueprint. And that's where the joy and the light comes from, is being able to have that in your body, in your life, and you shine from all of that and you're fully connected. And that's what we all want, is to be fully connected.
Thank you for that. Makes a lot of sense. And actually, that does seem to be a common theme. People are really giving this message now, which I think is great, that it's about the soul embodiment.
Exactly.
May I ask you, as an extension to that, now, bear with me here, when you're talking about your soul,
yes,
could you explain a bit more about what you mean by that? Because people talk about the soul, people talk about the monad. So what
the monad?
The monadic soul, the oversoul.
I haven't heard that word. I love it. Okay.
So when you're saying about bringing the gifts through from the soul, could you put that into a context?
Absolutely. The soul is that aspect of us. It's actually in every cell in our body. Just like we know life is at the very core of every cell, the soul exists there to connect us to life, which is everything everywhere. Everything everywhere is spirit, the universal divine, you name it. It's everything, infinity, oneness, all that is. So our soul is connected to all of that. Why is it designed like that? Well, think of all the wonderful qualities of spirit that we would love to embody. Abundance, where does that come from? The universe holding it for us. We pull it in through connecting to the abundance, bringing it into our soul, which comes first through the heart, the sacred heart, and then we can experience it feeling-wise in our body. Love, where does divine love come from? It's a universal quality. It was not invented on planet Earth. So it exists in these other dimensions for the soul, which was designed originally to have access to all of that easily. So now ascension is about getting in touch with the soul and what it's connected to of all those qualities, so we can manifest all those qualities. Because manifestation truly is just about wanting qualities of life, right?
Yeah. Sounds awesome. And how do we do that, Susan? What are some of the techniques or strategies that we could give to the viewers watching this interview of how we can connect and embody these gifts?
Okay, great. So I take people on guided journeys all the time. The package does a lot of that. To connect you with your home, sense of home base, your sense of the field of abundance, the sense of your Akashic records, which relates to the records of your soul, which is what's true for the wealth of your soul. So it's about connecting to that again. And what does a journey look like? It's I've been doing journeys for 25 years. Every one of them is different, which is so fun. That's what makes my job fun. But really a tool for that, just to start with while we're on the phone, is just have everyone go into your heart for a moment and feel something that you would love to experience, a quality of spirit. And Ariella, if you don't mind naming one so I can use it as an example, that would be fabulous.
Okay, so self-love.
Self-love. Okay, so what I'd love to do is bump that up and upgrade it to divine love.
Mm-hmm.
If you have connection to divine love, you automatically will love every aspect of yourself. Okay? So I'm a proponent for divine love, which is the overarching dimension of love, which includes self-love, self-respect, self-worth, self-value, you go girl, okay? Self-support, honoring of self, all of that. Okay, so imagine you want to get hold of divine love. Just see what happens when I say, imagine in your creative nature, creative visualization, that there's a star out in the universe that you can see right now. Can you see that? People say to me, oh, I don't know how to visualize. But if I say, imagine a star, they're like, oh yeah, I can do that. Okay, so see a star like the North Star, maybe it's the Christmas star, whatever it is from your memory. Imagine that that star is shining right now because you have asked to get connected to divine love. And it's like, here I am. Here's divine love for you. Okay? Can you feel it? For you, it feels like it's pulsating for you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's movement to it. It's not static at all. That's great. So now what you're going to do is bring that star, like a streaming star, like a shooting star. There we go. Shooting star down into your heart and place that pulsation of shooting star in your heart. And what happens in your heart?
So I can feel my heart opening.
Yes, it feels safe to bring in divine love.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the only thing it feels safe to bring in sometimes.
There's like a warmth as well.
There's the warmth, exactly, which means it's real. You can trust it because the heart says yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so in the thread of self-love, how do you feel about yourself right now when that star of warmth and pulsation is with you?
Really good.
Yeah, exactly. Easy breezy self-love. You didn't have to work that out at all. Yeah, I'm a star of love. So I do simple things like that. It's amazing. My guides have given me all these simple tools that are just like bingo. Yeah.
A great way to have an instant experience with that energy.
Exactly.
Wish. Yeah.
Because we've all heard the concepts. You know, you talked about oversoul, we talked about higher self, source. When I talk to people that are like, I don't know what all that means, I want you to have an experience of your soul, in this case as divine love, in your body. And then you're like, oh, I get that. That's what I want.
Yeah.
So it takes the spiritual concepts out the window because we're done with listening to all the information, I believe. That's what I hear from people.
Yeah, people want to experience their soul now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And their gifts and what they have to bring and their purpose. I want to know what I'm here for. Yeah.
So it's, yeah, through techniques like that, having actual experiences in the physical self, that this is what helps us to embody more of our soul gifts.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, we've got an amazing special offer for the summit viewers, which we're going to talk about a bit later on. But this is going to go a lot deeper, isn't it, Susan, into this into this type of experience?
Yes, absolutely.
So I'd like to talk. Thank you for that. That was cool. I like that. That's a nice one to have in the toolkit.
Spontaneously fun.
That was great. So, what do you say, Susan, to you know, some people talk about having to remove the blocks, and I know this is something that you talk about as well. Maybe there's different language, but in order so that we can shine more, basically.
Yes, yes.
So again, could you talk us through what those blocks might be, and also perhaps give us some understanding of how we can move through those?
Okay, great. I'm about to sneeze, which often happens when I'm working with
Okay.
helping to clear things.
All right, okay, yes.
Right on schedule. So I believe we have what I call soul challenges, which are blocks from our soul shining through fully. And we actually, a lot of these came before we even did Earth incarnations, when we were as a soul coming to planet Earth. So that's why I feel like digging around with mom and dad just doesn't do it. People have been doing that for years and are still feeling like there's blocks. So I love to go deep and go, let's get to the core of this once and for all, please.
Yeah.
And the way that my guidance collective has taught me how to work with blocks is so creative. So, it's deeper things like fear of moving into the world, which everybody is working with right now because it's a year of manifestation, and so many people are wanting to get larger in themselves and their contribution, running to fear of being in a larger world, a fear of being rejected in the world, a fear that you won't be seen, a fear that there's an enemy out there. It's just these really amazing, deep things you may not be in contact with consciously, but that's what lies in there. So how do you release that? I believe that we have put these fears in place ourselves. I mean, we did this, nobody came and said, the punishing God, have to deal with this horrible situation, okay? We made some poor choices along the way, innocent choices, like, oh, what do you know? I thought everyone was about light. I guess they aren't, are they? I found out the hard way, didn't I? Or I thought everybody was like pure love and valued love more than anything else. Oh, I guess not that guy, that's for sure, etc. So then what happens is we put a part of ourselves in place to protect us from getting hurt again. So if you try to clear that block of that part that is holding you back, you're holding back a part of you. So you don't want to clear the block. You want to include this part, up-leveling it to being part of your power of love, okay? So when you're in divine love, like you were a moment ago, you weren't feeling this feeling of, oh my God, I'm afraid to move forward. It's like, oh, I have the beauty of love empowering me to come forward. So it's about creating that connection with that part of you that's disconnected. And again, I wrote a whole book about it so that you creatively expand versus try to get rid of parts of yourself because they're bad. Then they just go in the corner and cry. Okay, again, and go, she doesn't understand. You put me there. Why are you trying to get rid of me? And then the battle inside goes on.
And how do we do that?
Yeah.
What are some techniques, or is there any insight that we can give the viewers into how?
Sure. So I've given you the first piece, which is paramount. And the first piece is, don't try to get rid of that part. You put it there for a reason. So you want to be with that part, listen to it, and maybe it's just a cry. Maybe it's just it's a cry, it's a pain in your body, chronic fatigue, immune system disorder, or cancer, or it's just a hurt heart. All of those things are what I call wounds of separation. So rather than not wanting to feel it, you go in and feel it for a moment, and then ask that part, what is it you need that you have not been getting? And it will tell you a quality of spirit, in fact, that it has not been getting. And then you go get it from that larger you, because you don't have it for that part. They say, you know, we have it all within us, but we know we don't. I mean, if I had it all within us, I wouldn't be fussing with things like I do. I need more connection, and then I have everything I need, right?
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Because the biggest wound actually is feeling like we're not going to be taken care of and we won't have what we need, bottom line, when you think about it. Fear of not being taken care of, fear that we won't have what we need. Okay?
That is true.
We can look at political systems. Back of these so-called powerful leaders are those same fears in big amounts. Yep.
So what you're saying is that the bigger us does have everything that we need, right? And we can bring it into ourselves.
Yes, into everything everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was designed that way, to have what we need all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. When are they going to start teaching this stuff at school, Susan?
I know. Well, the good news is the children that are coming in don't have such wounds of separation. Okay? So they already know this, and they're teaching us what life is like. Yeah. Yeah. Even the so-called special needs children and autistic children, they look like they're abnormal. Well, they're just not normal humans, thank goodness. But they have hearts of gold, and they have great gifts to bring. Yeah.
So the future in our time-space matrix is looking a lot brighter because of them, right?
Yes, yes. And because of us, we're doing so much. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
We are. Congratulations to everybody on this call for doing all you've done to this point. It has a way bigger impact than anyone will ever realize. It's been scientifically proven what you hold in your heart radiates to the whole world. So when you're holding a flame in your heart of light that says, I'm here for light, that's what's happening. No matter what.
And I'd love to ask you, Susan, a bit about sharing with the viewers about how they can understand what their higher purpose is all about, because I know that you have some great teachings on this.
Yes. Well, that's in the special package. Do you want to talk about that now or no?
Let's do that. Let's do that, because, yeah, a few things that have been mentioned, it's cropping up naturally. So, yeah.
Okay. Okay, great. Let me just look it up here. I know you're there. Okay. So to get in touch with one's purpose, the first piece that's important is to remember your purpose is not an outer expression. Okay? Your purpose is not, I'm here to be a vet or write a book. So I've written 3 books and I'm writing again. Is that my purpose? It's a little part of it. Is my purpose to be a mother? Yes. Is my purpose to be a wife? Yes. Is my purpose to have A, B, C, and D, to enjoy the things I enjoy? It's all part of our purpose, to live life fully. Okay? Being in love with life itself, I believe, is the greatest purpose. So at any moment we're doing that. It could be in the grocery store. We're living our purpose. We know that feeling of success when we find something in the grocery store. This is a fun example. I like that. You know, you feel that sense of, oh yes, they had the bone broth I was looking for. I'm so glad. You have a sense of purpose fulfilled. So every moment we can feel those kinds of things. Okay? Yeah, yeah. So in the package, all right, it's called Come Home to Your Soul's Purpose, Activate the Power of Your Soul's Magnificence. So that is a key piece, that sense of holding your soul's magnificence. Now, that's a huge word. You may go, oh, I don't feel very magnificent today at all. I want to help you feel that in your deepest heart you can feel magnificent, even if the world around you is falling apart. I know that one, okay? We are multidimensional. We can hold many things at the same time. The more you hold that value of your magnificence, the more it will shine through even harsh things that are going on. Okay? So I'll let people read on their own what I've written here, but it's so fun. Okay. I love taking people to a soul level. So one of the things to learn how about your soul purpose is to be able to access your Akashic records. The Akashic records is a field. It's not information so much, it's a field where your soul lives. So when you're accessing your Akashic records, you're getting in touch with your soul. That's why I love sharing about the Akashic records with people, because your soul is not just your aura, your energy, your higher self. It's connected to a huge field of creativity and infinite possibilities. So that's how you connect to the power, the passion, and purpose of your soul. So the first item is learning how to do that and be able to transform. I also teach you more of these tools about transforming your life challenges. I just love this workshop that I did because it gets right to the heart of it, how to be more connected to your Akashic records and work with your soul challenges all at once. Yeah, and then the next piece is called soul manifestation. And we touched on that a teeny little bit, which is how to learn how to manifest what you wish from a soul level. Okay, if you include the soul level now, we are going to clear something. Here we go. Nope, no sneeze yet. If you work with something at a soul level, say for instance, you want to manifest something, okay, a new home. If you include your soul and all of creation and divine love, can you see how much more clear, powerful, fast, accurate, love-filled, and supported you will feel in being able to manifest what is yours to manifest? It's divine co-creation. So I love teaching that because it really is the secret to it, because this was developed because we've been wanting to manifest a lot of things for a lot of years, and there's many things we don't know how to manifest because we'd say, gosh, I've never been there. I don't know how to manifest my soulmate. I've had anything but soulmate relationships in my life. When you get connected to the soul nature of it, then your soulmate can come in.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, you can't connect to your soulmate if you're not in your soul and magnetizing the energy of what you want. You can say, I want him to be tall, dark, and handsome. But what about your souls connecting? Your souls have to connect, so you have to be manifesting from a soul level. Cool, huh?
Yeah, makes sense. That's awesome.
Yeah. The Akashic Records Soul Clearing is a wonderful, that's item 3, a wonderful MP3 recording of how to do soul clearing for yourself. Able to clear anything in your path. You can put specific items in, or you can just work with it energetically. People have said it's just incredibly powerful and accurate to be able to release contracts, agreements, karma. We all want to get rid of everything that's ever been, especially since we don't really know what all of those things are. So can we just release anything at the soul level that doesn't fit anymore? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Woohoo! Yeah, I know. And then that opens the door to journey to your home world. So there you are, just free and available to take that journey, which is very experiential, to your home world and that sense of home base and that sense of love and support and everything that's real for you. So that is exquisite. I love it. And everyone wants family and a sense of a true, deep sense of sanctuary within you. It's beautiful to be able to have that for sure. And the next one, bonus, is co-creating with Spirit's wealth. Because when we talk about abundance, that is Spirit's natural playground is wealth and abundance. So learning how to create with that playground is really, really important. Really, really important. So that says it all. Yeah.
Amazing.
And all of them are very, very experiential recordings and activations. Yeah.
So abundance, purpose, clearing, records.
You can have it all.
So there's 5 items there. There's the 4 items and the bonus.
Yes.
Quite a few hours of audio, lots of juicy material and content to go with that, and an incredible price for our summit viewers. Thank you so much, Susann, for offering this. So the standard list price, if you like, would be $676, but Susann is offering a huge discount to our summit viewers down to $97, just $97 for everything that we've gone through there. So I highly recommend that you click on the link that I have sent you in today's email and go and have a read for yourself on Susann's website of all of that incredible package, and see the amount of value that she's really packing into this for you. That's going to be amazing. You're going to learn a lot and be able to really progress.
Here we go.
She's clearing.
Woo!
Now, was that me, or was that one of our viewers, or all of us? Who
knows? Done. That was good. Clearing the way.
Love it. So yeah, thank you so much, Susann, for everything that you've shared. That's been absolutely amazing. I just want to invite you, before we close today's interview, is there anything that you feel just intuitively drawn to talk to our viewers or to mention before we close this interview?
So a phrase came to me recently that's coming up again. Your guides will move heaven and earth to assist you. Your guidance collective will move heaven and earth to assist you. So just know that you have an incredible support available to you as you, even if you can't figure out how to connect with them, know that is a part of you, always has been, always will be, and it's there available. So just open to receive that and know that gift comes with the package of being you on planet Earth at this time.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. It's so reassuring, isn't it, to really know.
Boy, we need that. Yeah.
We do. Yeah. It's yes, absolutely. We need that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So thank you to Susann, and thank you to all of our lovely viewers for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this interview as much as I have.
And I have.
Susann. And please stay tuned. We've got more amazing ascension teachers, guides, leaders, way showers coming up on the summit, and much more wisdom and techniques and tools to share with you. So it's an honor to be here with you, to have co-created this summit, and I really hope that you're enjoying your experience so far. And thank you just once again to Susann. It's been absolutely beautiful to do this interview with you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the blessing you are for so many. It's an honor to be with you. Thank you.
And goodbye for now, everybody. Look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's show. Many blessings to you, and see you tomorrow.